so.
So last class we talked about firm resources. It's focused mostly on the tangible resources, kind of like a firm's plant, the manufacturing process, those things you can actually see or put numbers to. And we kind of ended talking about the intangible resources, more about like software, or not software, but people, human resources. So we're going to kind of extend that concept and continue talking about those intangible resources and focusing on the importance of people. So we'll kind of start with a scenario. Let's think about Pat, who is a recent graduate from UTD and had just gotten a job in Chicago. He was attending a new employee orientation on one of his breaks. He decided to take a stroll around and stopped in a local convenience store, maybe for a bottle of water or whatever. As he was checking out, he noticed the clerk was wearing a shirt with the UTD logo on it. So he thought, that's kind of interesting. I just graduated from there. So he asked the clerk, well, so how do you come to have a UTD shirt? And, they proceeded to talk and realized that Pat had been TA for this clerk's nephew the summer before. He explained, what a small world. And I've all been in one of those circumstances before. So how many of you have ever used that type of expression? Oh, it's a small world. Okay, what do you mean when you say it's a small world? Or what would Pat mean when he used that expression?
They came from the same university, but they didn't recognize each other before they talked.
Right? Well, it was actually his nephew, so he had never met him before, right? Anybody else?
So the chance is very small, but it actually happened.
Right, discovering an unexpected relationship, right? So anytime you kind of make that connection, maybe you're at a conference or something, you realize you both work with the same professor. It's like, oh, wow, I can't believe, considering there's how many billion people in the world, we actually know the same person. But you can kind of take this and look at it in several different ways and apply it in a business concept. Let me give you another example. How many of you are familiar with Paul Revere? Probably most people from the U.S. Paul Revere is known for going through around the Revolutionary War and saying, British are coming, is what he's supposed to have said. He alerted all the colonial Minutemen that the British were coming right before the Revolutionary War. What most people don't know is there's actually two of these writers. However, we mostly know about Paul Revere and not William Dawes. And the reason is because he contacted those right people, right? People he had a more extended or broad network. He was like Sam in the previous lecture. So he was saying that, he contacted all these people who spread the word very quickly. Whereas, I think it was William Dawes, knew several people, but they all knew each other really well, so the word didn't spread very quickly. A lot of research has been done now to see, well, who do you have to contact to spread information quickly? Or, who are the best people to talk to get the word out? You hear word of mouth travels faster than speed of light anymore, right? So we can use these examples in the business setting. There's three different advantages to looking at the concept of a network. One is access to private information. By knowing certain people, you can maybe find out who's looking for a new employee, right? How many of you worked before coming here? How did you find out about those jobs?
Private information.
Private information from a friend. Maybe the job wasn't even posted yet, right? So nobody knows about it, but because you knew this person, you had access. Well, in the business setting, maybe because you have an alliance with another organization, you might learn some different trade secrets. There are different ways about going about business that may help your own business or help you out. So it's a resource. You also have access to diverse skill sets. By knowing a diverse number of people, you can develop more complete, creative, and unbiased views of different issues. For example, when you finish a manuscript, do you always give it to the same professor to read? Yes, no? Or do you spread it out and try and get different views so they're unbiased and maybe different insight? We've all done this in this class. Earlier when we shared those 6 pages of writing, we did that to kind of to access those diverse skill sets and learn what other people are thinking, getting different ideas. The third advantage is access to power. And like Sam in the organization that he used, just keep using your lecture, he had a position of power, right? since he was that information broker, he was able to kind of control two different groups, should he choose, right? So if you're in that position where you're the only link serving between two different subgroups, you're kind of in a position of power. You determine what information flows between those two subsets of groups. So as an organization, if an organization links two different people or two different entities, individuals, firms, whatever, they act as a source of power. Banks often do this, right? They're standing between you and investors and whatnot. So the rest of this lecture will be talking about how can this concept be applied within a firm. And we're going to develop these concepts a little bit further and actually do our own little exercise where you're going to get together with a partner and see how many degrees of separation you are from one another. But since the time is short, that's all I have for right now.
Thank you.